It's always exciting to see an overpowered main character who goes into a magical academy clueless of how powerful they actually are compared to others. Welcome back to Animeology. Today we're going over a list of 10 anime where the overpowered main character goes to a magic academy. Make sure you stick around as I am sure these will spark your interest. Number 10. The Iceblade Sorcerer shall rule the world. After the death of his comrade, a mysterious boy ended the war in spite of rage and has gone missing ever since. Now in the present, our main character going by the name of Ray White, who enters a school for nobles and sorcerers. However, Ray is not a noble but an ordinary guy who claims to have trained in the forest and has weak magic abilities. However, in this academy, non-nobles are not welcome, making Ray the first ever non-noble to transfer into this school. Although he claims to not have very good magic abilities, Ray's true identity is actually the lost Iceblade Sorcerer who went missing years ago. He decides to keep his identity hidden due to his master's teaching, and if one day he finds someone he can trust, he will reveal who he really is. While battling to protect the kingdom and his future friends, how long can Ray keep his identity hidden? Number 9. Mashle, Magic and Muscles. In this universe, magic develops around everyday human activities such as playing, fighting, and even eating. The amount of magic power each person possesses is shown by a mark on their face. The more marks a person has, the higher their ranking is. But if a person is born without any marks, or has all of their marks removed, they will excel. However, our main character Mash, who lives deep in the forest, has figured out another way in this world to live without magic, and that is with pure strength. Mash has no knowledge of magic or the outside world and decides to explore the kingdom. When entering the kingdom, he immediately puts himself and his grandpa in harm's way. As this world does not favor people without magic, Mash is blackmailed into entering the magic school academy with pure strength alone, hiding his identity and rising throughout the ranks. Number 8. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too. Yuya is a boy who's been bullied throughout his entire life, including by his siblings, parents, and classmates due to his appearance. After the death of his grandpa, he inherits the house and lives alone. While Yuya was walking down the street, he spotted a girl who was being hit on and decided to help her out, although it wasn't much help he could do beside avert their attention towards his appearance. However, all this changed when one day he found a portal in his grandpa's house that led to another world. In this alter world, he decides to train. But what he didn't know was that these skills will stay with him when he gets back to this world. When arriving at school the next day, his appearance changes to the most beautiful guy in school and receives an invitation from the girl he saved to attend a highly rated school. Now Yuya must live 2 separate complete lives, with battles in the altered world and the battle between his schoolwork. How much will Yuya be able to take? Number 7. The greatest demon lord is reborn as a typical nobody. After the defeat of all his enemies and nobody seeing him as human, he decides to reincarnate himself into a completely ordinary country boy named Ard Meteor, who is gifted with some of his previous strength. He decides in his new life he'll make friends that do not fear him, although it seemed like whatever he did had the opposite effect.
いっそ滅ぼしてやろうがこんな世界
However, one day Ard saves a young girl named Irina from a pack of goblins and makes a friend. They decide to enroll in the Magic Academy, where Ard proves to be the strongest in the entry exam, but due to Ard's lack of knowledge of this day and age, his secret of him being the previous Demon Lord may be discovered by his former companions, who has a grudge against him for leaving the throne unannounced. With Ard's overpowered strength and old friends still alive, how will Ard keep his identity a secret from them? Number 6. World Trigger. One day in Mikado City, a gate to another world opened up, releasing neighbors onto the city, causing havoc. As Earth's current technology could not compete with it, they decided to make weapons called triggers to feed them off. 4 years have passed since the first arrival of the neighbors, but they are still a threat to humanity. But it became part of humanity's daily lives to run from neighbors. Until one day, a mysterious boy named Iruma-kun decides to enroll in the border school, where people learn to use their triggers. However, Kuga is not actually a human, he's a humanoid neighbor that is kept secret from the rest of the world. In his school, he meets a boy named Osumu Mukumu after saving 2 bullies from a neighbor, and seeing Kuga's true strength, they became friends in order to stop the neighbors. Number 5. The reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. Due to his request for greater power, a powerful exorcism was once deceived by his own disciple. When he takes his final breath, he casts rebirth magic and promises not to draw too much attention to himself and to become more intelligent, believing that all his efforts will be fruitful. Haruyoshi is soon received by Seika Lamprogue, the illegitimate son of a noble family known for its magic, in another universe. However, his family mainly ignores him due to his ancestry and lack of magical ability, until one day Seika asks his father to train with him, proving to him that his skill is beyond their expectations. He decides to register Seika at the Magical Academy, but as he begins to discover the full extent of his abilities, Seika must be mindful of the implications of his previous mistakes, or else he can end up like he did in his previous life. Number 4. Aristocrat's Otherworldly Adventure, Serving Gods. Shina Kazuya is a good-hearted boy who was out shopping one day when he noticed 2 girls being chased with a dagger. Shina resolved to leap and tackle him and sacrifice himself to protect them. Shina is reincarnated in the world of magic as Kane, a young boy from a noble family after dying. Despite his young appearance, he is the first youngster to be able to utilize magic at his age. Kane is invited into the domain of gods when he is only 5 years old, only to discover that he gave his life for naught because the guy with the dagger was going to trip and be restrained by surrounding passers-by. However, feeling sorry for him, the gods bestow upon him a great blessing. After receiving his stats, he realizes that he cannot allow anyone to view his stats. However, while attempting to conceal them, he mistakenly allows his family to see his magic, and must now, with his powerful magic, save the world from destruction. Number 3. The strongest sage with the weakest crest. In this world, we are born with a crest of magic that determines your strength. However, a mage who was observed with power had 3 crests. However, in order to get the last, he must reincarnate into this world once again. After being reborn 5,000 years into the future, he goes by the name Matthias Hildesheimer, who has the crest of failure, the weakest crest of them all. However, this doesn't seem to be the case for Matthias, as his magic is far above failure. Once arriving at the Magic Academy, he quickly makes his presence known as he passes all the tests with flawless results, including beating a high-ranked noble. However, what Matthias didn't know was that demons were still on the run, controlling humans from the shadows. He decided that he'll handle the demon situation alongside 3 of his closest friends. Number 2, Vermeil in gold. A first year named Alto Godfell is a boy who has perfect scores in all fields except for summoning a familiar, and if he cannot summon one by the next day, he'll have to repeat the grade over. Alto decides to head to the library where he finds a book that foretold him how to summon something with his blood. But what he got wasn't just a regular familiar, but a demon that was sealed for centuries and has the power to destroy the world. However, if the world found out that a demon was on campus, it would break havoc, as they agreed to keep her identity a secret. When arriving at school, everyone was surprised that a human was summoned by another human. Alto's childhood friend instantly decides to challenge him to a duel. However, she loses in an easy defeat. Although things are going their way for now, what darkness awaits them ahead? Number 1. Welcome to the Demon School, Iruma-kun. Suzuki Iruma is a 14-year-old boy who cannot say no to things and was forced to work on a tuna fish boat due to his parents' laziness. When suddenly he's kidnapped by a demon named Sullivan into the Netherworld, telling him his parents sold his soul to him. Upon arriving, you would think Iruma is about to go through the worst experience of his life. However, Sullivan asks him to become his grandson since he's lonely. Now, Iruma must stay in the demon realm and enroll in the Demon School Academy, however. If the demons find out he's actually human, he will cease to exist. When arriving at the school, Iruma is tricked into saying a few words, but what he didn't know was if he messed up even one sound, he would have exploded. Although Iruma doesn't have magical power, he has his own power called misfortune. After being put through endless misfortune due to his brainless parents, he became the master of dodging anything. With Iruma's life in danger 24/7, and must keep the secret of being a human from everyone, how will his life unfold in this demon world?